Horror of that pistol round. A 1v4 from Boiler with a Glock. Not something you see every day, but now they've got bigger weapons. FURIA, Vitality, with a number of Desert Eagles. There's a smoke grenade to cut off a short player, just about. He's got a flanking Boiler as well. And the knife was ready for FURIA. So far, so good on this anti-force by Vitality. Out of position, moving towards the Arch Library area. How much fishing do they want to do? That's a good start.
Pinpoint accuracy from Alex, and Apex finds the bomb, and he smokes it off. This is a problem. All of a sudden, FURIA, they got perhaps a bit too excitable, charging up all the way towards A with very little to go back and ferry the bomb back to that A-bomb site, and now they find themselves in this predicament. What a weird spot to be in. Apex takes the duel, though, before ZywOo can get into position to help him out. However, there are guns to be collected here for ZywOo, but it's just a measly MP5. What could he really possibly offer up with this? He needs to make the right guesses here, but you can see that he actually hits the step to line up, but AbleJ will shut him down. Excellent damage done, though. 4 players killed. Can't really be too complaining about that one if you're Vitality.
Yeah, they had a long time to think about that one, and they did pretty damn well. That was scary for FURIA. Dodged a bullet there, just about. The last one at least, because they didn't dodge the rest of them. The late rotation with the bomb almost, well, it was catastrophic, more or less. But the Kriegs start to come out for FURIA. Vitality with some more Desert Eagles, and they've got a lot of utility, Vitality. So they've done a calculations, they've had the Abacus out, and they will try to cause more mayhem in this particular round. The smoke grenades will be used to try and ruin the timing of FURIA and force them into an error. NBK didn't see the R sticking out by the window there. Maybe it's just the X-ray outline.
Yeah, I think so. It's by design, not to be spotted when you're perched up there on the balcony. And these rounds are often very annoying when you're playing against a very top-level team. They're so good at delaying you for as long as possible. We can see there's still 4 smoke grenades to be deployed here for Vitality, and there is a minute left now, so they've paced out these smokes pretty well. A flashbang on ZywOo is also the boost. Slightly elevated. He'll pick off Yuri from the top of that boost. And that's a great find. And the top mid is like that. In some areas are a bit more elevated, which does allow you to look over the smoke with the boost. And the FURIA now going for that B play. It's got to work out for them.
Yeah, we've got 3 players here already for the CT side, with a 4th on the way in NBK. No flashes at this point for Vitality, so there's still plenty of time for FURIA to clean things out. There's a big flashbang, and that's going to disable what the CTs can do. ZywOo's good for 1, but how much more is there in this round? NBK maybe playing for the bomb. That Molotov's going to be an issue, though. That will stop an angle being held. He'll show some presence, expecting the plant to be in one place, but it's behind the fountain. And that is worst case scenario ticked off for FURIA. Now it's about cleanup. You can see NBK looking for a tight deagle shot, looking for some pre-fire, but he will be denied. That leaves Alex to try and collect something. Maybe a rifle can be found somewhere. I'm sure he doesn't want to hold on to this MAC-10.
Yeah, I think, you know, FURIA, they really do have to survive with all 3. And I love what Alex is doing. He's suggesting that he's at Banana with that smoke. And he's actually here in CT spawn. There's no way they're going to expect him to be around this corner. Surely not. Art is actually looking for it, though. And he's going to find Alex just checking everything just to be sure. And that's so important. We can't forget that FURIA, in the previous round to that, they lost 4 players. And in that round, they lose 2 as well. So their economy's been hit pretty hard, honestly, in the following rounds after the pistol. And now Vitality get their full buy in the AWP, the AUGs, all the grenades you could possibly ask for. Only have 1 kit, though, but they've got full utility. So given the damage that FURIA suffered, they are fragile here, James. They've got very little money in the tank.
ZywOo on the AWP. So again, a reminder, on the Twitch Premium Pass, if you are using it, I do recommend having a look at ZywOo on this game of Inferno. That's my personal pick. The desk mentioned Serato. I'm not sure if they mentioned the second player. I don't remember, but there we go, 3-0. So just about a clean start for FURIA as the first buy comes in. They've taken top mid very, very quickly. There is a stronghold on Banana for the time being. We'll see what the timing's like. That smoke grenade will leave Arch open and take the library position away. So there is some isolation to be had. You'll see there's a 2-man focus from Vitality on the Arch itself.
That's a great HE. Big damage gun. Baiting out the shots, and that's pretty important. Getting across the angle. There's another player there. And Arndt will go down. Nice peek coming in from the Zywoo. RPK preemptively dropping the smoke. And FURIA, they don't have to commit to this, but they are in position towards that short side. They will force the issue. K-Serato defends the flank here as Vinny opens up the front. And FURIA expanding on the bomb side, doing the damage that they can. Vinny jumping on top there, and he can only get one. And that's going to be the round there for Vitality. Great defense offered up by them.
I don't know if they realized that two people were in a pit position, maybe trying to use the numbers in the 2 versus 1, but there were trades in favor of Vitality, and they get their first round on the board. Now, it was an expensive one for Vitality, obviously going 0-3 and winning with not too many players alive is going to cost you a little bit. NBK's now on a UMP, but there are shortcomings for FURIA as well because of how bad their anti-force buy and anti-eco rounds were.
I love how Zywoo's kill is not even a no-scope, it's just a... sorry, it's not even a quick-scope, it's just a no-scope.
When do you see a HE down mid doing this much damage in a professional match?
That's pretty good. Well, most teams, they, yeah, as you say, like in defaults, you don't send that many people unless you're going to be rushing it, so it can really punish that rush. But yeah, this is a weird one. You don't often see this, and FURIA is so good at finding gaps in the defense. They're going to look to play contact here through towards the arch position. They've got very limited weaponry. They'll see what they can do. Can they trade this out? No, they can't. Zywoo with another HE. Will that do more damage? It's a lick of damage there onto Abel. And the bomb will make its way around to the short position. And they, again, FURIA, they've lost a player. They don't have to commit to this. They've managed to get Abel J towards CT spawn. Oh my god. Apex will spot him out though. Perfect position to be hidden from Abel as he was pushing CT. And now you can see K-Serato opening things up. Where's the trade? RPK is going to live to fight another day, it seems, as K-Serato is the last man standing. This has not worked out for FURIA. These passive setups are proving effective for Vitality.
You can see the situation for the money. There is not really any money for FURIA. The round bonus is in the bin as well. So this is a chance for Vitality to build. If they can survive with 4 players, that is a big flick. And it is, of course, K-Serato in a 1 versus 4. And that's never good news if you are the opponent. Spots NBK falling back to try and make the crossfire. By double stack, running out of bullets, though. He's got a rotation towards top mid. Onto fair and graveyard, but he can't quite find the angle. And that will be round 2 for Vitality with 3 players surviving.
I'm actually surprised NBK did not die from that first engagement. It looked pretty on. But, as you say, Vitality pick up their second round. It's looking, again, that passive approach has been looking really effective for them. They are allowing FURIA to take the map control. And FURIA are playing really fast at this point. They're not really playing default Counter-Strike. We're not seeing them take banana, take top mids, and then sort of make a decision later on. It's just, we're going to try to creep up towards Arch, see if we can get into the A side. And that's kind of happened twice now. So I wouldn't be too surprised to start seeing defaults from FURIA when we get the buy rounds, the next buy round from them. See, this is a full block save, just 1 flashbang from K-Serato. Nice shot from Alex. He's going to gun down the remainder of FURIA as they charge the banana position. Not too much for them to do here as Alex shuts it down.
Yeah, getting up the leaderboards. Krieg for Zywoo, AK for Apex. We're in a good spot now, Vitality. It's a great round for them. Gives them about 3,700 per person average at this moment in time. So slowly starting to build. You can see FURIA having to buy within an inch of their economy. So bonus round still to be had early on this half of Inferno. 3-3 as Yu takes the lead. Molotov down the mid position. He's going to bounce into back wall, which might compromise where Art is. So it won't set him on fire, in fact. Molly's down banana as well. Lots of spray, but Apex stops. Vinny pops out, and that's an early frag. Zywoo gets taken out as well. That's a fantastic start for FURIA. Now, they won't charge into the B bomb site. It's not a guarantee that there's no one else there, and indeed, Alex has taken position and lining up for it. Caught up a grenade in his hand, Vinny, but he will trade the frag once again. 4 versus 2. We've got RPK making his way in out of construction, but NBK is still on the A bomb site now. If he can get to the well, he can throw a flash for his teammate to have a peek. If he had one, he doesn't have one, so he can't flash. It's going to be the dry peek from RPK. So far, so good. Vinny taken out, and they're not quite on the bomb site just yet. Are taking some damage, and RPK will follow up the bomb from the floor now. And there goes Yuri as well. The turnaround is ridiculous. Abel J maybe looking for a late flank, and now he's going to try and clutch the round.
FURIA just, everybody's caught out of position here. It's only Vinny really that was able to have some kind of a spot to play, and straight up duel taken by RPK will be enough to deal with him, and everybody else is just caught running to the site in dribs and drabs, and This was looking so good. Veni did so much with the Galil as well, no less, for the first 2 kills at least. And he found the bomb, but he needs to deal with these players. There's no way to get a farm without dealing with them. Oh, he almost walked into that one. RPK down to 8 HP, but he's got the quad kill. Great recovery thanks to RPK. And I thought that was done.
Last bullet wins. That was a very important round for Vitality, but it puts FURIA in an interesting position. Only 1 player survived for Vitality, but actually they do have plenty of money, so perhaps we won't see much in this round from FURIA. From FURIA's perspective, it's important that if Vitality are to win a round, they do it with few players remaining. There is a tactical timeout from Vitality at the moment, but again, they're good for a full buy in this particular round. NBK's got $9,000. Vitality on about 3,000 average, have bought a smoke and a molly so far. Vinny's picked himself up some Kevlar. So I wonder how much they'll invest into this. I don't think their loss bonus is too spectacular just yet, but it seems they do have some kind of plan in mind. So he's got full armor. Okay, pistol's coming out now. All right, so this is quite the buy from FURIA.
I'm always curious when I see Tech-9s as well, because I feel like they're just not good. But we do see them every so often, and if Vinny's carrying one.
They are about to hit maximum loss bonus, actually, so plenty of money for him to spend. And I think they are the kind of team who can have a solid execute behind these grenades in essentially an eco round.
Yeah, it actually can be very dangerous. As you say, you know, with great pop flashes, good smokes, you can often get that opening that you need with a pistol to take down a player, pick up a gun, and make things really difficult for the CT side. So we'll see what they can accomplish with this balcony burst. But the setup is looking really good for Vitality here. They've got 4 players to defend. They're going to be looking for this. Oh, it's just straight in the face with the Tech-9. MBK falls, and RPK is the man to look after the pit position. He's got a lot to look after here as he's playing between the smokes, and Apex will find a flank there onto Arts. And it's not looking like there's too much left here now for FURIA. It's a decent attempt by Keserato, but he'll be shut down as well as it's just Yuri. He's picked up an AUG. He's in the pit's position, so damage can be done, but how much? That's a great angle to find onto RPK. What else has he got? Well, okay, absolutely nothing. Fantastic stuff from Zywoo. Finishes it off.
Pretty damn confident is Zywoo. I didn't see who deployed the smoke on shore, which I kind of think it was a CT smoke, which made it hard for the push to come in properly from the T side. The flank from Apex was quite good as well. And Vitality are looking like a lot stronger challenge on Inferno early than we saw from North on Inferno. So it seems that FURIA will be tested a lot more in this particular matchup. Vitality rising with strength now. Apex has got 6,700 in the bank, and he's already got a full buy. Tactical timeout from FURIA at the moment. They are pulling out the AK-47s more than the Kriegs at present. 3 over 2. Plenty of grenades as well. So we'll see what they have in mind. 4 AUGs in the AWP for Vitality. AUG so good at cutting down multiple players when you're holding an angle.
Yeah, that spray, it just seems so consistent, doesn't it, to handle the recoil and everything, just pull down, and it's just super easy to transfer. So here we go, RPK. That nade, we saw that doing lots of damage previously, but these, the plan here for FURIA is more of a default, and this is really interesting because Vitality representing maybe just 2 players here, very passive approach. You don't expect there to be 3 players, and how much can Art do? He's got a forward position, the Molotov comes in, great damage done. The flashes though are blind absolutely everybody, but Alex will get the better of that one as it's left in a 4 versus 3 in favor of Vitality, who can now start to fall back into a more passive setup. So they've definitely managed to accomplish what they set out to accomplish. And they've got 3 on A as well, and they've got Zywoo looking after that B-bomb site by himself from coffins, so he doesn't have much information towards B, but Vitality have absolutely nailed this so far. AbleJ's looking for a pick, but it's going to be so difficult for FURIA to bully their way in, and that's one of the reasons there's too many players here.
Beautiful bait. RPK knows the extremities he can go to. The white peak, he knows what could be, and he will deliver a fantastic kill. Solid round from Vitality. 4 players survive. A 4K from Alex on this occasion. 12 for 5 is Alex, enjoying the home soil at present. No bomb plant for FURIA. Since the buy versus buy, FURIA have not planted a bomb a single time. They've had very limited success, it seems, at least in that respect. Money starting to rise now for Vitality. RPK 6K, Apex 7.5. And FURIA will have the almost iconic Mac 10 on Art, a bunch of pistols on the remainder. Some TZs here, some Deagles there. Another focus towards the banana position. Not as strong a challenge from Vitality on this occasion. You can see Art there has established control of the top of banana. Now, do they go for a fast execute? There's 4 of the 5 players here for FURIA. They've got 1 flash and the grenades which have already been deployed. That lurk smoke at the front as well, which they can try to burst behind. There's a HE being held by Apex, but he's been seen. Does that mean there's 1 player on the site?
Perfect flash there as well. Alex will spot one towards New Box, but he's been spotted as well, so they know that they have to deal with him. There's no element of surprise left for Alex in his position as he falls back towards construction, trying to take Badika. Angle hit the peaks, though. There's the trade. I was worried about that. Oh, ZywOo locking it down there as Abel goes for the trade, and the bomb is now on the ground, and it doesn't seem like there's a way to recover anything here, and indeed, that's the case. 7-3 as Vitality will stop that round in its tracks, and FURIA, they're looking like they are struggling here at the moment. As you say, James, no, we're not getting any bomb plants, and they're struggling to get themselves in positions where they can even win duels favorably.
Considering they had that lurk smoke at the front of the B bomb site and they managed to get all the way to New Box, the fact that Vitality only dropped 1 player in that entire scenario is quite impressive. That's really good. I think some people may panic in that kind of situation, but 7 rounds in a row for Vitality. We have a tactical timeout which has come and gone. Now, how do they, or can they, turn things around? Trying to challenge from Banana has not been successful for FURIA. The executes on half buys towards A have had counter smokes, I think, and they've been shut down as well by Vitality. Even the lurk smoke on that half buy hasn't had as much mileage as you may have expected, as we've seen versus other teams. So again, I think Vitality are very well prepared, definitely showing that at the moment. So what will change for FURIA? We see a smoke towards the barrels on Banana. So again, the challenge will continue. 3 players for Vitality, but they're not going to do the same thing every round. You can see they've fallen back early on this occasion, and they will avoid the triple grenades from FURIA.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's Vitality just understanding they're playing passively against the FURIA. It's not a bad approach, as they're very aggressive. Oh, Apex, he's absolutely nailed it. Look at this smoke, able to take full advantage, but there will be a trade actually, leaving Alex alone, although rotation is coming in form of ZywOo, so he'll be quick to assist, but the smoke's down will make life complicated as Alex goes for the rotation, repositioning towards pools, trying to deny these players as they push the smoke, but they won't. In fact, they've discovered an empty A bomb site. They're going to take full advantage here. They've outmaneuvered their opponent, although the bomb still needs to make its way across to that A bomb site. There is time for Vitality to get into a retake position if they want to.
Smoke up on Archie is an issue, however. There are no more smokes for FURIA unless they find one on the way. Now the bomb is going through apartments, and ZywOo is there to take out Kesarato, and that's the bomb in a really weird position, but once that smoke goes, Vitality may be compromising where they can stand. They will put up a smoke to make that life easier. There's one taken out by Yuri, sees one in Graveyard as well. Now he could be the bait. Alex looking for another player to try now. ZywOo going wide, taking Yuri out, and there's Abel J on the Graveyard stairs. His teammate will deal with that one, leaving ZywOo to switch weapon and get taken out. So FURIA created anarchy, multiple smokes at the front of the B bomb site. They're making plays there, almost fully committing to the B bomb site. At the same time, trying to cut off rotation from the balcony position with Vitality moving from A towards B. I think it was NBK who got taken out by Yuri, which activated the rotation. There he is, trying to get back into the pit just in case, as they're really not sure what was going on. So Vitality stretched, trying to defend 2 bomb sites at the same time, and FURIA just about make it work.
Yeah, that was really well played by FURIA, for sure. What a good round. That's going to give them a lot of confidence moving forwards. And FURIA, you never know, when they're going to be breaking out of defaults. And, here we're going to see what looks like it's going to be a fairly quick B bomb side attack. We'll have to see how Vitality respond to this and how many frags they can get before FURIA take over the bomb site. That's always the key. And here they go, just straight in. There's no default. There's just rush into the B bomb site. It has not gone well, though, here so far for them. They've lost 2 players, and they've got not much to say for it until now. Apex goes down, but there's still more to do.
That Molotov for buy time for the rotation. The sprays through smoke's been fruitful, but those frags came before the smoke even popped on CT. Oh dear, FURIA trying to play. I wonder if this is just a little out of their comfort zone, how fast they're playing these rounds. It's not been so successful for them. The fake plant just in case, and now things will surely go from bad to worse as those smokes start to disappear. Art has one more. He'll go for the CT smoke. I'm not sure if he was spotted, although they hear the reload position. Yuri's in a very brittle position himself, and Zywoo, of all people, is creeping up. Look at the sheer utility on Vitality. 2 of 3 people left. Yuri's creeping. Can he catch NBK? Just about. Big headshot. That is very, very crucial. There's Zywoo taken out. He's got low ground advantage, but RPK is deep enough to stop him. You can hide behind that wall in some positions, but RPK is way too close. Delivers the trade frag. They've got the money to survive as well. 8-4 for Vitality.
What an effort there from Yuri. That was looking really, really good for a moment. They do harm the economy pretty enormously at Vitality, but we are in the dying rounds of the first half here, so it may not really impact things at all. They need round wins here, FURIA, to sort of establish some stability. If they're going to be losing that pistol round in the second half, they need at least 5-6 rounds on this first half to make sure that they really have a chance to make some mistakes, but still be in the running for this map. It's been difficult for them so far. Vitality really hitting all their shots, which is great to see. Caserante looking aggressively for a pick here. Flashbangs out. The spray does massive damage. Vinny follows up. Alex now looking to get out of dodge. Zywoo replaces the position with the AWP, no less. That is not a good sign if you're FURIA to hear that AWP rattling off on that B-bomb site.
War of attrition on Banana continues. 2 of the 4 players for Vitality over there. RPK was just having a look top mid, make sure no one's there for the time being, but he starts to move back to work with NBK. The balcony position is guesswork as well for the CTs, which compromises where RPK can stand, but as we saw in the previous round, he's very aware of that, and he is ready for the wide peaks. So you can see Vinny spotted. Drops to Molotov as FURIA have had a lot of fast plays of late. He's got a flashbang from his teammate. They're lining up for him. He knows where 2 of the players are, but it hasn't quite finished him off. That HE could do a lot, though. Doesn't land in time. Alex spraying. They are both in the red. They've got to know they're really tapped. 40 seconds left. There's plenty of time. This can still turn around quickly if they can find the right angles. Oh, Alex, I think he was stuck in the door. Vinny just escaping. That's so unlucky for Alex.
Yeah, generally, I think a fairly unlucky round for Vitality. Not being able to get those 2 kills towards Arch side, I think that was really the key there. FURIA surviving with those 2 players, just because even though they didn't themselves take any additional action after that point, really, except just pressuring, it was the case that Vitality had to look in 2 places at once, and that caused the A-bomb side defense, the anchors, to just collapse. And really, really needed rounds coming out here for FURIA. I wonder how many they'll be able to get in this first half, as the money here is looking pretty ropey for Vitality. However, they do save 2 guns, so they should be fine for a buy in this next round. 5 rounds now for FURIA, but that's only 2 rounds on their T side outside of those first 3 off the back of the pistol. So Vitality right now looking in great form.
Tactical timeout by Vitality. Money's not as amazing as it was, and FURIA can still get a reasonable score out of this half. So let's see what they choose to do. They have the AWP on Zywoo and an AUG on Alex. Alex 15 for 8 at the moment, as is Zywoo actually. Both racing for the top of the leaderboards. Vinny has 10. That's the most on FURIA at the moment. So let's see if Vitality can make it to double figures. It would be, well, they've got some difficulties here. They've got 2 MP9s coming out and the SMG on NBK, but they've got plenty of grenades, so they could go for something aggressive. They have the utility to hold on to Banana early, but they will start with 3 towards A. Often you'll have that third player towards B to drop in the initial smoke, maybe, some support grenades, and then fall back towards the A-bomb site. Not the case in this particular round. Yuri with some spam towards the apartment in case anyone's there in an aggressive angle. And who knows, maybe Zywoo would have been there with the AWP, but he's towards Arch at present.
Yeah, one of the great things that spam does as well is that it creates a lot of pressure in the apartments, and often teams will do that when they're trying to push players into apartments, which is kind of how a default often looks. 3 towards Banana, 2 towards the apartments. You take Banana, you rotate 2 players from Banana, 4 take top mid. That's like the normal flow of things. But here again, FURIA going for that B push, and Alex is going to spot it, but he's the only one here. He cannot deny them entry to the bomb site. They're going to get a bomb plant for free, it feels like. Alex might get flashed through this smoke and see if he can do some damage, but he has been completely denied.
Beautiful stuff from FURIA. I feel like these are really in response to the difficulties they were having in that long string of rounds you see at the top there from Vitality. Again, their plan A wasn't working, so this is not what we normally see in terms of the timing. Just walking in, overwhelming, abusing the numbers. Extremely simple Counter-Strike in that regard, but extremely successful as well. You win the duels, you win the trades, the site is taken, the CTs are out of position. It's more or less suicide, especially at this point with your weaker weapons to try and get back into this round. And it will be number 6 for FURIA.
Yes, strategically, it's a really good way to play the game, like the way the FURIA are doing it. Just not focusing too much on defaults. If your opponents are playing really, really passive, typically means they're giving up a lot of the map, which means that if you play the style of FURIA are playing here, where they just send a lot of players together, they try to take a bomb site quite quickly, the CTs will never have enough information to understand that they need to rotate somebody in time. So you can just have spots like this where FURIA just take a bomb site and there's literally no response that's possible or possibly impactful to prevent them winning the round at that point. So I would like to see Vitality getting a bit more aggressive, especially on Banana, especially because they have these SMGs now.
Again, full grenades for Vitality in the last round of the first half. Only Zywoo has a defuse kit, so if he is to fall, we'll keep an eye on that in case it plays a part in the result of this round. An aggression taken towards the second mid position with a Molotov down mid, and nothing doing. They are served nothing by FURIA, who moved to take the top of Banana. So we're rotating the AWP in that direction. Apex and Alex on first and second oranges, respectively, or actually the other way around. Now we've got Zywoo by the coffins. Apex holding a pop flash off the barrel, so if Zywoo takes a shot, I presume a pop flash will go out immediately. And that shot might not be too far away.
Zywoo's so ready for this. Oh, he actually whiffs that one. I can't believe it. Apex trying to get out there, but the flash work is pretty damn good from FURIA. I think that's the team flash there as well. Apex is blind. Finny, what is this? Tech9 comes out, deals with Alex, sends him packing, and now it's Vitality down 3 against 5. They've lost the B bomb side. They do have some retake utility, but this will be very difficult to get back in.
Yeah, they have to go for it. It is the last round. So has some angles, which does compromise where some of FURIA can stand. You see the gun poking out, a quick look and a punish, but it's a 1 versus 4. A flying Vinny with a lot of work in that round. 4 kills for him, 15 for 11. At halftime, it is 8-7 in favor of Vitality. After the break, the teams will switch sides.
Introducing the ECS Premium Pass. The unique viewing experience allows you to get further into the action. It enables you to focus on any player within the game and even the ECS official observer. Subscribers will have access to interactive HUDs, detailed statistics on all players and an improved minimap, and much more. All Faceit TV Twitch subscribers will receive full access to 11 additional streams for the ultimate CS viewing experience. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe now for only $4.99 and watch CS the way you want to.
today we crown a new champion for ECS. Will it be Vitality or will it be FURIA? Will it be France? Will it be Brazil? We wait to find out. It's still the first map of this best of 3 series. The score is close and Vitality moved to the aggressor side of the T side. FURIA's turn to defend. We saw an insane pistol round, or at least an insane end to the pistol round in the first half. Will we see the same in the second half?
Yeah, that's a good question. I have no idea, but let's think about how impactful that pistol was, because FURIA struggled. They struggled on that T side. Imagine if they didn't get that pistol. It took them a long time to figure out how to approach their opponents, but this is a different half entirely. Shenanigans, I am sure. Can't wait to see what Art is up to, and he's going to, well, he's rushing second mid in front of his own smoke. So talking about shenanigans, what a ridiculous peak he's trying to make here. This is actually quite awesome. Obviously he has to worry about some of the timings out of the apartments as well, but Apex is going to find one. Able J, there's Art trying to play that smoke there. That's actually so cool. I don't think I've seen anyone try that on a pistol.
No, but Vitality are reacting. Big headshot in Boiler, and they're rushing towards the A bomb site. Now it's them with the better positions after FURIA tries to get them on the back foot, but they've swept them. Looks like FURIA are on their back at the moment. Vinny and Keserato, 2 versus 5. There was 1 versus 4 last time. This time it's 1 versus 5. Maybe that's one too many. I don't know if they realize where he is just yet. Alex may walk into a headshot. No, he's not going to go too far. Or is he? Seems like he might, but he misses a shot this time. Keserato gets deleted, and Vitality win the pistol.
Beautiful stuff. Absolutely denying those shenanigans of FURIA. I gotta say, I'm gonna probably steal what Art just did there, because that looked really fun. And well, Vitality will be the ones having all the fun, though, it seems. All the headshots going their way as they perform really well on the pistol, and that's that's what we want to see. I think we want to see each team winning that T side pistol, all fair and square. 2 Mag 10s here for Vitality. A small investigation towards Banana, nothing too crazy, just splitting up. 2 towards second mid as well. Nice nade there. Good damage onto Art and Vinny. Oh, the follow-up is even better.
Vinny has a smoke grenade, though, which he can deploy on top of Banana once more presence is shown. Able J moving into the apartment with a smoke of his own. So try to kill some time. Molly towards Boiler. Wonder if Vitality will actually venture in there. I'd be surprised against a 4-spy. And Yuri would maybe be surprised as well. Not expecting it, but NBK is just waiting. He can smell the desperation and it will be punished. In response, we see the smoke drops. Keserato is spotted by Apex. Trying to punish the tracers. Every 3rd bullet will deliver a tracer. And Vitality start to move towards the A-bomb site. Currently, it's only Able J, although Vinny is making... Actually, they're all going, but I don't know if many of them will make it there in time.
Going to do their best. Able J in this position. It's got to be very careful. Keserato does get a frag there, and now Able J reveals his position. They just don't have the firepower, though. If they had rifles, maybe there'd be an opportunity here, but... You can see that he's Able J, there's not much, and they're taking their time. They wait for the coordination for the triple peak. It's successful, and 4 players survive for Vitality. They're looking pretty strong at the moment, and it's a full save coming up now for FURIA.
Yeah, Vitality are in a very strong spot at this point. Of course, we have the eco for FURIA, so we're looking at an 11-7 scoreline, and then if FURIA lose their first buy round, that's going to be a lot of pressure pretty much immediately on their defensive side. Not much is spent. About $500. A HE for Yuri, a flashbang for Art, and Keserato picks up a late smoke, so I do wonder what they have in mind. Keserato's alone towards the bomb site, so he's going to try and funnel them towards A, where there's a rush from FURIA. How many players will be spotted? Okay, they've got 2 shots. Can he pick up any rifles? In response, Vitality charging towards the bomb site. Keserato, he's only got a USP, so I expect Vitality will just go straight through it. They've got a numbers game to take that risk and take the site. Definitely one worth taking, and they've done that. Moving towards sandbags, Keserato. There's not so much he can really do. He will ring the bell of Apex, and with 2 AKs, I'm sure FURIA will go for this. Art's taken out, but maybe now there's a decision to make. They don't have any Kevlar. Did he want to gamble and lose these AK-47s? That is quite the spray, but surely now Able J will hold on to his one.
Decent effort, decent damage done. 2 kills, not bad. Not quite as good as Vitality when they were in the same position in the first half, but it will do. And as you say, like, keeping that AK is definitely a pretty huge priority. It's a big bonus. And FURIA will need every single bit of utility for the next rounds. Just looking at Art actually doesn't have a huge amount of money. He's going to be able to afford more, but he'll have to go glass cannon. And given the fact that Art likes to play pretty aggressive, that Kevlar is really useful for taking those nades, because I would imagine if he does want to play that aggressive style, he's going to be meeting some HE grenades at some point. So hopefully he will be safe from those. But
he found himself some Kevlar.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
We could afford it. All right.
This is the part of the game of Inferno that I was looking forward to. I want to see how Vitality will approach the Banana and what they took away from the FURIA North game and the shortcomings on the North T side, where maybe some advantages could have been had. Art going for a flick top mid, so he's changing his position. And I did also wonder if FURIA would be proactive in that respect. He was, I mean, it was kind of like, give me a reason not to be on Banana every single round, I think, against North. But I think that FURIA are the kind of proactive team who wouldn't necessarily do that, just copy-paste all the time. Art forced away by the flashbang. There's a smoke in the apartments, though. J will try to hold down the short position. He's blind, moving into the apartments himself. Art tracking, but not getting the frag in the pit. There are problems on the A side for FURIA.
Serato trying to get out of dodge there. It's J to go down behind the smoke. Oh no, the double Kobe. That is a problem. A huge problem for FURIA. They have some great opportunities in this round, but everything's just going sideways very quickly for them. And Finny just has to save this org at this point. That's so unfortunate. Art had a couple opportunities there with this AWP, and it just didn't really materialize for them. Very unfortunate. And NK Serato as well, he gets the dink on RPK. RPK down at 2 HP, but can't find a way to finish him off, and it all goes very badly after that. And you mentioned, James, that if Vitality win this first buy round, the pressure's on immediately. And yeah, FURIA are in a really bad spot.
Yeah, this is a giant problem, because now we're looking at 13-7. When for FURIA to start to begin their CT side. So this is going to be very interesting indeed. I wonder what Vinny will try to do with his org. J's got 65.50. He had about $3,000 at the left over at the beginning of the last round. So maybe they pick up a second rifle. There is some money to be spent, and I believe they're taking tactical time out, FURIA, I'm guessing. Ooh. So I think they realize how bad a situation they will potentially be in. Now, an AWP has been dropped to Art, who will buy around it, but they're not going to... Doesn't look like they're committing all the money just yet. Or are they?
Looks like they,
no, they are.
Yeah,
it's a force buy.
Doesn't look too bad though, actually. They're pretty good at, shuffling the money around and so on. Like, for example, in the previous round, I don't think Art bought his own orb because he couldn't have bought Kevlar if he did, so...
I think psychologically at this point, FURIA have to be thinking, if we lose this round, we lose the map.
Yeah, I think it's a reasonable way to look at it. There are definitely points in Counter-Strike where you just have to say, okay, well look, things aren't going well. We just have to take huge risks at this point. You can't be afraid to take risks. That's the name of the game. And speaking of risks, it's not going to pay off for Art there. He is not finding his way into this map. Art is someone that can have a lot of impact. He moves around a lot with the AWP, but he is simply not having any luck.
Man like Zyru. Yuri's picked up the AWP and taken it away. And now what? That's a big weapon taken out immediately. FURIA not playing their normal game with Art on Banana. Going for the high-risk plays, top mid, and they're just not working out. Previously there was an opportunity, but he missed a flick on the player swinging wide, which said to me maybe Vitality were expecting him to be towards Banana as he was in that previous match, but here we are. So far, so very good for Vitality. Serato taking a fair chunk of damage, and they are forced to use their utility. There's a minute on the clock for Vitality, so this is what they want. They want FURIA to dump their utility and have less to defend with, less counter flashes. You can see they've just deployed another smoke grenade top mid. They've got 3 flashbangs left. They will have to be very, very good.
FURIA gambling towards B, it seems. Yuri's already rotating towards that B-bomb side. Will he go back now, or are they just gamble stacking? A gamble stack is not the worst thing in the world to go for here, and oh my god, it might just pay off because it looks like Vitality are going for a fake here towards that A-bomb site, and FURIA have absolutely nailed this. They're going to be committed here. 20 seconds to go. Nothing really can go wrong here because time to correct it just doesn't exist, and in they go into that B-bomb site. 10 seconds to plant the bomb. Okay, they've dealt with Vinny at the back of the bomb site, so the bomb can go down.
All right, will he go for the elevated shot? No, it's a more protected plant, of course, and FURIA surely have to back out of this, otherwise they risk losing everything. If they can hold on to these weapons, they can bite around them. That smoke is up, they've got to get out of there, especially with that AWP, and they will manage to do that. Able J with the FAMAS at the bottom of Banana will certainly help FURIA hold on to these important weapons. So they've kept themselves in the game in that respect. If they can hold on to these, there's a fair chance Able J gets taken out. There's NBK with his knife. Don't get greedy for that rifle. It's got to move away and hold on to that weapon as well. The bomb's pretty ticked, so they may all survive at this point. So this is the best case scenario in losing the round. You can hold on to enough to buy a round, so they've kind of squeezed themselves into an extra buy situation rather than being wiped out. So they're still in the game.
And they had that max loss bonus as well, working in their favor as far as the buys are concerned. But yeah, that's beautiful from ZywOo. And Art does love to peek top mids. You know, he loves to peek a lot of things, but top mid on Inferno is something that he goes for quite a lot. And again, if you're studying the demos of FURIA, that's something you're going to see a lot. So you can see that Vitality have been expectant. I don't think they've ever really been caught off guard by FURIA shenanigans. So Art back on the AWP. We're yet to see him have impact with it in this game of Inferno just yet. Now would be a good time, James.
Yeah, still determined to play the top mid position, not going to Banana just yet. Case Raptor's taken out. Vinny, he can't get taken out here. He's got to try and create some space for himself. The smoke is up. RPK tempted to move forward, but he won't just yet. Plenty of players will be heard. They know he's got a weak weapon as well. Can he fight two? No, running out of bullets, but Art is here posting up now in his usual spot, but ZywOo's gone past and he could get taken by surprise. Art, has he got the flick in? He does. That is such an important frag for the squad. Alex taken out elsewhere towards the balcony position, and Vitality start to move towards top mid. There's MBK eliminated, which leaves Apex in a 1 versus 3, moving through the smoke, but he will be denied. FURIA survive with 3. They get an upgrade. Both the AKs collected, the FAMAS is dropped. 5 rounds to go.
Can Vitality just lock it in? Or FURIA, will this be the moment? The moment that begins everything, that starts it all. The comeback for the Brazilians, is it on the cards? You know, we've seen that Art's sort of been a bit late into this. You could see that obviously in the analyst desk as well. There was the focus on Art's. I think it was Spongy who highlighted him and just sort of his craziness. Oh, actually, no, he highlighted Case Toronto. It was Maniac that highlighted Arts, but yeah.
Just found out that Neymar is tuned in watching FURIA. Sure, he'll be rooting for the Brazilians. What a great team they are to watch as well. Vitality lose a man early. RPK taken out, and Banana is in control of FURIA. Art back to his comfortable place on Banana. We'll see now if Vitality will challenge for that later on. AWP on Banana and 4 players towards A. This has worked out quite successfully for FURIA, although sometimes in a 4v4 on the A bomb site they have lost them rounds. We saw versus North, so by no means is this guaranteed should the play go in this direction. Apex will be collecting the bomb by the Vespa. No Funk vehicle, so he'll have to run back if that's what he wants to do. Art looking to post up. He's expecting a flashbang. You can see he's waiting for a flash to come in. The periodic peaks as well. There is the flash for Banana. Up it goes. There's the chain one. He eats the second one, but he's still alive. Can he get back in time? They know he's playing alone. This is what I was talking about. How Vitality will be reactive towards the bomb site. Art, though he's ready. He's in battle mode. Molotov towards new box. He is forced out by the fountain as well. And that's a... Can he get another kill out of this? He's buying time for his team. Alex standing in the flames, and Art will eventually be eliminated.
It's a good effort, though. He did the right thing. You have to go for the frags there. You know they're going to be rushing you down. You know your teammates won't be in position in time. You know they're going to overwhelm you. You have to find ways to take the engagements, and that's what he did. He only gets one out of it, but that might be enough. We'll have to see. ZywOo locks down the Banana position. There's no more threat coming from there. It's all about construction here for these CT players. And it's another one for ZywOo as he knocks down these Brazilians. Vinny, though, fighting back tooth and nail. Alex and Apex at the back of the bomb site, waiting patiently for this push. And now it's down to the man, Case Serato. He's got one, but where's the second? He hears the drop. Can he find it? Yes, he can! Through the smoke, Case Serato does it again.
What on earth happened there? I thought that was a guaranteed round for Vitality. That is absolutely crazy.
It's never guaranteed when Case Serato is alive, James.
But again, we see the That was a great play from Vitality in the first place. They know that Art's going to be left on Banana on his own. They flashed him off, but the chain flash, the second flash was so important. He was ready for the first one. He ate the second one. He was forced away when he wanted to go for the repeat. And again, it's a sheer numbers game after that. But surely there had to be around for Vitality. I feel like they just kind of gave that one away towards the end. But here we are, still in it, FURIA, and things are getting dangerous now. Sure, temperatures are rising in that Vitality booth.
Absolutely. It's, I mean, this Brazilian team has so much resilience, and they're always able, seemingly, to they just play their game no matter the situation, no matter the amount of pressure. And that's a beautiful start. The boost in Boiler is somewhat of a popular move at the moment, and it works out really nicely here. MBK goes down. Zywoo, though, able to track Abel J as he tries to get in position. No! Oh, he craters. That is awful. Oh, my God. But Alex, with the backstab onto Yuri, will make things slightly better for Vitality as they even up the numbers game. At the very least, in case Serato caught just walking in the middle through Moto into the A site, and that is not a good look there for FURIA. They're down 2 against 3 now.
Very long rotation for Vinny, and look at the money for FURIA. Look at the loss bonus. This is a really difficult situation for them. Peeking towards the balcony, peeking towards the pit. You can see Apex ready to stand on the bike. The scope should be heard by RPK, so they should have an idea of where these players are. Boosted up, and that is it. Apex deletes everybody, and Vitality are in the strongest position yet. They're falling over money. They're 2 rounds away from the first map, and FURIA's money has been absolutely ruined.
Great cash and Zoe, but here's the crater. Oh, no. Hate to see it. Oh, man. Well, his teammates certainly made good of it, though, so it's fine. Great stuff from Apex. I was talking about him earlier. Right now, Vitality, the cool thing is that, it's not just a case that, every so often, Zywoo just carries them to success or something. You see these situations where, Alex is having a great game. Like Alex and RPK, it was all about them to begin with on that CT side. They were really, making huge plays. And Zywoo was kind of the backup. And if anything that, they didn't catch, he would guarantee that it would be dealt with as a backup. And so Vitality individually, they're looking incredible. Really, really strong at the moment. FURIA, 9-14. That's not a good spot to find yourselves in here. They are fighting to prevent game point for Vitality, and they just have pots and pans, James. Yeah,
but they've got 4 men towards that banana position. Art's charging his way down, but he won't win that first duel. Again, a rough start for FURIA in this round, 4 versus 5. More grenades down towards the bottom of banana. There will be a smoke as well. That HE won't do much. Apex on 11 HP, but so many advantages for Vitality. Surely they've come too far to capitulate on Inferno at this point. Vinny playing an off angle with a FAMAS on B. No grenades, half health. 3 players towards A. Complete guesswork and gambling for FURIA. They've just got to hope that Vitality make a mistake. But they're so well equipped. They've got Molotov, smokes, flashes, rifles for days. How on earth can FURIA survive this situation?
This is going to be rough for Vinny. It's going to be really tough here. And goes the first one. FAMAS does the damage, but the AK of MBK will find him through the coffins. He creeps into position through construction, but really, what can you expect to get out of this situation? Perhaps a kill on the gun? Can he find the FAMAS? No, it doesn't seem like it's available to him there. He'll back away. I wonder if he'll play for some exits here. Indeed will be the case. So Vitality looking to pick up game point, but there's still a lot of fights in FURIA. Definitely can't call it just yet, but Vitality do look to be significant, or significantly strong on this map. They look so convincing. Even the smoke on a ramp there, really making sure that nothing goes wrong here. There it is, game point collected for Vitality. 1 more to secure map 1. They are looking so focused, in such good shape. They are playing really well here, well-oiled machine.
Right, what can FURIA offer? They've got a lot of rounds to come back with, or a lot of rounds to fight for. They've got a fair amount of rifles in this situation. Again, Art just hasn't been able to get going in this particular round. Flashed off early. They know he's hungry for it. He's going for Waiwu. Has been such a problem by the bench already, and there's a free one. It's been a familiar story, top mid. And FURIA have always been on a receiving end.
Yeah, their approach is consistently been just throwing Art out there, and he's not been delivering at all. And partially, I think that's because Vitality are expectant of these plays, and they're just playing a slower pace and just catching FURIA and catching them off guard each time. That's definitely not a good start when you're already under-equipped. Now you're fighting against a man, well, you're fighting with a man down. 4 versus 5. Here come the pop flashes, taking over top middle. Vitality have all the map control they could possibly ask for at this point. They are still keeping eyes on Banana as well. So FURIA completely denied of information. They either have to gamble stack, or they have to make an information play and figure out what's going on. They've got to do that soon if they're planning to do it at all, because right now they have players in the wrong positions.
Alex may have some sound cues. He's top mid at the moment. Case Raptor's on the way. So it's going to be 2 per site. Whatever they do is going to be weak. That smoke, will it come in time? He's got to get in front of it. And he will do so. Facing the wall, he's expecting the flash bangs. Vinny's been taken out. There's one jump. Oh, Apex goes as well. He was red, now he's dead. Down to the 5-7, playing close. Oh, he sees the AK-47, but Zaiwu finds the right angle. 2v2. Still a slow rotation. Alex is by the well, looking in the right direction and takes out Able J. He wasn't expecting that. Speedway is for Yuri, but Alex finishes him off as well. And there's the first match.